Money wiser, be money wiser, be money wiser. We are money wiser, be money wiser.
How many times do you pray? I would say per day, but possibly in a month. How many times do you pray? So we highly recommend that at least every day, even if you say once, let me pray with my family. Sometimes you can say in the evening, sometimes you can say while we are driving to work, let us have a word of prayer. Have you noticed that in Kampala, most people can be seated, couples can be seated in their cars. One is looking the other side, the other one is looking the other side. It's like they don't know each other. That's the best time to tell your spouse that, you know what, let us pray. Let us pray for what? Our family. But the whole point here is that we need to at least put aside once a day. Some people say at night, some people say in the morning, let us first pray together. They have an altar at home. And this also puts this skill in what? Into our children. And even praying goes into Sunday, where people go to church. The good thing most of us here in Be Money Wiser, by the time you come here for these talks, in the morning at least you experienced a bit of church, a bit of praise, a bit of worship, as in a bit of thanking God. You know, most people just do things to ask, cry. They only go to church when things are bad. Katonda banzibye, Katonda what? That's what takes us to church. But once in a while, let us go there and thank God for those little things in our lives that are making a difference. Then, in our faith and spirituality, we need to think about our abilities and our limits. We need to know our abilities. You need to have a meeting with yourself and find out what are your abilities. What are those things God created you to do on this planet? What are some of those things? Is it to sing? Is it to train people? Is it to, what is that God made you good at? That you can harness into to make a difference in your life. But even after you discover that thing, know your limits. I can give an example. God could have given you the ability to bake, but possibly there are also stages in baking. Maybe you are good at making cakes, but when you make bread, people don't understand the kind of bread you've made. But then we kind of push ourselves to do everything just because I can bake. But sometimes, of course, given the other advice that we give people of practicing, training, doing that, you can expand on your abilities. So we need to know our abilities. We should know where our abilities end and leave the rest to God. So when you know your limits, you know what to leave to God. And actually, I see so many people going to friends looking for counsel on things that really, if you sat down and prayed, even you yourself, you can get a solution to those things. But you go and talk about your life, you open up to someone, and the person goes and spreads rumors about you, and what have you benefited apart from more pain out of the scenario? But God is actually the safest friend you can have on this planet.
Thank you for watching our video. Thank you for following us. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. And let's continue this talk at the Be Money Wiser talks every week on Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. You can join us at our home in Chitintale, Luzira Road, Kampala, Uganda. Or send us an email on bemoneywiser@gmail.com. We shall respond to you accordingly, send you directions, give you additional information, and let's continue this chat and let's be money wiser.